because I've got six wonderful people here, eager to go, radio freaks, so to speak, members of Chicken Heart Productions. Good morning to all six of you.
Good morning.
Oh, I love the sound. Say that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes. I first met Mary Grisolano when you contacted us about doing a play at the No Exit Cafe. And you did do a play. Give me the hint. What was the play you did the last one?
The last one we did was actually
October.
It was in October. It was right before Halloween, and suddenly I can't remember the name of it, John.
Yeah, the theme was radio apocalypse.
Yeah, it was three different radio plays that have. One was Hunger, one was. Come on. Yeah, it was like
the
about
Meteor
the
Man,
end of the world.
And we did a version of The Thing. Who goes there?
And, it was, you apparently had a good time because you wanted to come back, and everyone who saw it had a good time.
Yeah, that's true.
So what you got coming up now is a Valentine's Day series of plays. It must be Murder, My Dear. And what you do is old-time radio theater, and you put it on the stage.
Yes.
And what are the what's going to be in this one? Because the Murder, My Dear, is that one of the plays, or is that the concept?
It's just the concept, actually. The three plays are all variations of, in honor of Valentine's Day. Basically, the three plays are variations of twisted love and murder. John?
That's rampant these days. Twisted love and murder. This morning, I talked to my mom. Now, my mom is 95 years old, and if one of my sons is there with her in Connecticut, she'll be listening in over his on his Mac. And one reason I got to say, Mary, that I was excited when you first came and wanted to do something to No Exit was because I had grown up. I'm older than all of you, but I had grown up, and my parents had worked in radio together. In the 30s, into the 40s, and then my dad got involved in TV, and my mom got taken out of the job market when I came along. But I was talking to my mom today, and she talked about the daytime series that she worked on, Vic and Sade, Life Can Be Beautiful, This Is Day Is Ours, and Guiding Light. There were a number of other ones. One of the principal actors was Mel Allen, who one day said to my mother, let's go see a baseball game. And she had never been to a game. They went to a Yankee game, and he proceeded to call the whole game for her. And then, of course, he went on to be the Yankee announcer for many, many years. So, Mom, I'm saying hi to you. At 95, you're doing good. Stay on that treadmill. Keep riding that bike. And you inspire me and many others. Back to the Chicken Heart people. Who wants to tell us a little bit about the plays that will be coming up at the No Exit this week? And tell us your name, because I didn't introduce everybody, but do it as we go around.
I'm John Grisolano. I'm Mary's brother. And I just a second say thanks to Mary, by the way, because Mary was sort of the inspiration to kick me in the rear end to get this going.
How did you guys get into these old-time plays?
I'm a big fan of old radio, and so Mary came up with the suggestion of, hey, why don't we put some of these things on? So this go around for Valentine's Day, as Mary said, these are twisted love stories, but these are real stories from old time radio. We're trying to recreate old time radio for people to see on the stage. So we have some samples or shows from The Whistler, which is a very popular sort of mystery program. We have a short play from a show called The Unexpected, where the ending is a twist ending, so it's unexpected. You're not going to see it coming. We have some vintage commercials. We try and spice things up with some...
Any Procter & Gamble? Actually, my dad came up with that expression, Ivory soap, it floats. I think he got $100 for that.
On a radio contest?
No, he actually got it when he was he worked for an advertising agency, and they're the ones Procter & Gamble had these radio shows on.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
So you're going to do some commercials.
We will do commercials. We did commercials in October. We will keep doing commercials. People like the commercials. They're a lot of fun.
So the two of you were key to this. And so anyone else in the original group? Say who he is, or he could say who he is himself.
Joe Muhammad. I'm Mary's husband.
And about to be the proud dad.
Yes, we are.
Basically, what happened was my brother John, Joe and I both work in theater, and my brother and I have been wanting to do a project together for a long time. And actually, it was seeing a show at the No Exit. I saw Avita here back in last spring, I believe, and said that's a space that we could really do something sort of grassroots in, and it could be really fun. And John's been talking about old-time radio for years, so the two just came together, and with Joe's production background and John's love of old-time radio and picking all the scripts and apparently my managerial experience, we were able to come together and just put up a show, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of managerial experience, you work for the Blue Man Theater, as I understand.
Yes, I do.
And what do you do for them?
I'm their business manager.
Oh, a business manager. Oh, I'm going to try and recruit you. That's what I've been looking for 33 years over here. John, how did you acquire this interest in radio theater? What led you to it? I mean, you're not as old as certainly I am. I mean, I remember listening to The Lone Ranger, to Tarzan, those kind of things on the radio in the 50s. What were you listening to when you were a kid, and how did you end up doing radio? He's a young guy.
I'm in my 30s, but yeah, it actually came mostly from film. I grew up a big fan of old film. My father's a big film guy, likes movies, so I love film noir and the old Universal horror pictures and so on. And it gradually led to a progression of just being interested in this era entirely, say the 30s through the 50s. And radio, it just gradually progressed to, well, what were people listening to on the radio? I collect old comic books. I like pulps, from the era. So it eventually extended to radio.
Do you think there's a possibility that radio plays could come back? I mean, you got all this internet radio. You've got space radio, Cyrus, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of room to fill up waves, or however this thing works in the science of it.
I think radio plays could come back not only on the radio but also in theater. During the holidays, there's a lot of theaters that do radio plays, and so hopefully there'll be more of that to capture that slice of our American history. And then I think with the popularity of like Prairie Home Companion and radio shows like that, it's becoming a little bit more accessible again and something people are interested in again.